Kansas City's kind of fucked up in a lot of ways. The city's rough.
How do you think the feel of Kansas City affects your music scene?
It makes it a little edgy at times, but we're a very close knit community, I would think. The stoner doom scene, that edgy part of that edge of the scene rather, um, is great. I mean,
Hey, this is Sean from the Heavy Underground Farm Report. Man, I'm stoked. I have Shane Murray of the Midwest Doom Coalition, the head honcho of the Midwest Doom Coalition, in the fantastic band They Watch Us from the Moon. I listen to those guys all afternoon, man. If you like some good vocals and some awesome heavy Midwestern doom, man, check those guys out. I love it. And then Shane, you got something else going on. You got like this festival happening. I'm gonna go with Midwest Doom Coalition Stoner Doom Festival 2. That's it, right? Yeah, dude. Right on. Well, all right, Matt. Shane, thanks for being here, bud. I appreciate
thank
you,
you
man.
very much. Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it. Yeah.
My pleasure. So tell me, where do you want to start, man? Do you want to start? Let's start with the festival.
Yeah.
Dude, I happen to know that you're about 55 days away.
Yeah. Are you counting down?
Maybe.
I was asking for ticket counts yesterday.
Dude, so man, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I put on shows on a regular basis, but this is like, a 2-day event. I've done this before years ago, pre-COVID,
Okay, so
and
it's been a minute.
been a minute. So the world has changed since then, but it's a pretty stacked lineup, and I feel pretty good about it. And there's all kinds of people talking about it, and
It's amazing.
yeah,
Dude, so when I saw your lineup, I mean, you have like Dopethrone. Oh my gosh. And
yeah.
then you have like here the Cobra. And then I just saw High Desert Queen in Las Vegas. Dude, that was my favorite set of the whole show. I don't know why I do this, but it was my favorite set of the whole show. It really was. Man, what did you do to get those bands out? Did you just make some phone calls, send some text messages?
Well, I've
Like you've
been
been planning this for more than like the last couple weeks, I'm assuming.
Yeah, man. I started planning this. I first announced this on the old Midwest Doom Coalition community chat like a year ago, right after we did the first one. We did Bongzilla in Kansas City, at a place that had 2 stages. So we did 2 stages in one day, but we had
That's cool.
tons of bands. And literally the day after, I got a call about, we heard you guys are doing this festival and we want to do it next year. I'm like, done.
Yeah, no doubt. That's so cool. So, like, people who don't like know about this, there's a lot of planning involved, and a year seems like a long time out, but it's really goes by fast, doesn't it?
It's lightning fast. That happens like it's weird how time speeds up when you get old anyway, but when you're like
For sure, right?
when you're plotting madness, it just kind of clicks really, really quick all of a sudden, snaps your neck.
For For
But
sure.
yeah,
So what? Yeah, man. So I'm experiencing that too.
I
Tell
was
me,
gonna say, I bet
as you
you
quickly approach, and we're kind of on the same timeline. I'm a week behind you. What's the biggest thing on your mind as far as preparation goes that you still need to do, or that you're concerned about in any way, or maybe that what's the big thing right now, man?
But right now it's just advertising. Like I rack my brain every day. Like, did I put out enough flyers? How many was that? Is that 50 over there? There's 50 over there. I dropped 400 handbills. Bam, bam, bam. So and so's got a stack. I mean, it's just constantly runs in my head like that. Like,
It's stressing me out just to hear you say it.
but that's my regular.
I know, dude.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
I book a lot of shows, which I love doing. I'm not complaining at all, but
Right. For sure.
doing that helps MDC bands as often as I can. I put MDC bands on shows with national acts. That's the whole plot.
Yeah, dude. It's great.
This festival is a celebration of all things Kansas City. You know, this area is popping with talent and
Hot.
huge music scene. But Kansas City is a weird place, man. It's kind of like discombobulated music scene. But if you ever listen to if you ever listen to like heavy duty people that come out of Kansas City, they're usually kind of shy about telling you. Like, you ever heard Tech Nine really describe Kansas City? No, because he always like, he kind of ducks out of it because Kansas City's kind of fucked up in a lot of ways.
I remember one night driving through North Kansas City and stopping at a red light so briefly before I decided I will run this red light because I no longer want to be in this part of town because
Yeah,
people were yelling at me from the street. And
yeah.
I was like, man, Denver, like, I don't know what they were yelling, but it didn't seem friendly. And I drove away.
It's cool.
So it was like, so like, yeah, man. So Kansas City, like, and then
The city's rough.
I spent time, and most of the time I spent in Kansas City, I spent in Overland Park, which is really, really, like a suburb kind of, relaxed, like middle class kind of, place. And how do you think the the feel of Kansas City affects your music scene?
It makes it a little edgy at times, but we're a very close knit community, I would think. I mean, I see a lot of inclusion. I see a lot of diverse things happening with our scene in Kansas City. We're a very accepting scene in Kansas City. And includes Lawrence and Kansas City is all one big market. We're, even though they're separate towns, it's one
Right.
big market. But the stoner doom scene, that edgy part of that edge of the scene rather, um, is great. I mean, we don't I,
It is great.
like I've never seen any fights at shows.
Right. That's
Stoners
cool.
hanging around listening to music, man. That we all talk and giggle and that kind of thing. And there's different elements to different scenes in Kansas City in this area, which doesn't really appeal to where I'm at in my life anymore. But
Sure.
there's a huge hardcore scene in
You
Kansas.
don't want to do no karate dancing?
I'm done with that, man. I'm old
Yeah.
and
Okay.
broken.
Yeah,
I'm
dude, me
old
too.
and broken.
Oh, yeah, you are. Did you have, no, I'm thinking of somebody else, man. Sorry. I was thinking of Randall Platt and his leg. My bad.
Yeah, he got rolled up.
Yeah, sorry. I don't think of all you Kansas guys the same, but yeah. Man, your scene is heavy, dude. Did you have like a theme in mind for your festival? Is there like something that ties all the bands together, or did you just want to get the best bands that you could possibly get in the same room?
Well, as far as like the headliners go, the High Desert Queen, Dopethrone, Year of the Cobra. Um, Dopethrone and Year of the Cobra are on tour together right now, so it's a package snag. But as far as like the rest of the package, we had a band drop off. Tenant had to drop off, and we added Gran Marino, which is they're on tour with
They're really good.
High Desert Queen, right? They're really good.
Yeah.
The rest of it is kind of like at the time of choosing the lineup, which was a year ago, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm looking for like the bright shining stars of the Midwest Doom Coalition,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to include as many people that are moving and shaking in that as I can in lineups.
You got some of those guys. Let's just briefly talk about a couple of those bands. Black Moon Cult immediately comes to mind.
Yeah, man,
This is
those guys rip. I mean, like
they
straight
do.
up ripping rock and roll is like, and at the time too, whenever we were talking about bands and stuff, they kept coming up. Is like because that album just
So good.
it's good.
Like top 10. I did my top 10 of the year list thing, and they were, I think they were 9 or 6 or something. I listened to it all the time, and it's good enough that you can listen to it all the time, right?
Right.
It's like dynamic. It's not just the same thing over and over again. Those kids have got some like Zeppelin influence in them or something. It's cool.
And that kind of thing shines to me a lot when you hear that kind of. I mean, I love bands that kind of throw it back a little bit,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. So I don't know, but they were a good choice for the lineup, and I think they've got a bright future. And that's kind of that's the theme right there with the MDC bands a lot. Like I think they all have a bright future. You know?
Well, let's talk about a band that's pretty dear to my heart, Cobra from Denver.
Yeah, man.
Man, those guys, they bring it. How'd you find out about Cobra, man?
They kind of came forth into the MDC thing.
Cool.
I can't remember which one of them reached out first, but I don't remember which one of them hollered at me first. But they were kind of early adopters of
Cool.
the MDC, and they're like, a few people were like, "What are you doing in Colorado?" I'm like, "What do you want to do in Colorado?"
I appreciate that. Yeah, cool.
But it's an interesting scene that goes on there, and there's a lot of cool bands, and they're one of them, and they are definitely one of the rising stars out of the MDC pool.
For sure, man.
I've had them here a couple of times. Well, I've had them here once, and they've been here another time doing something else. But
That's cool.
man, I had them come down and open up for Castle Rat because I just like this town needs to see what's going on here with this band.
Dude, that's huge. We see each other at shows and stuff. They were so thrilled by that show, and they had such a good time. They had such awesome things to say about not just Castle Rat, but you and the whole production, the whole show. They had a great time.
I appreciate that. Like we're trying to turn heads, that's the whole point of what I'm trying to do. The whole point of the MDC and the festival and all that is to turn heads on what we're doing as a collective, not just individual bands or whatever, but as a whole, we are doing this. We're having a pre-show too, March 28th, a cannabis consumption lounge in Kansas City.
Who's playing? Oh, who's going to play at that?
Spellblade, Granite Goliath, Stone Wielder, and They Watch Us from the Moon.
I know. Okay. Well, I know the two of those bands. I like Stone Wielder. I have checked out. Those guys are cool.
Yeah. Which one have you not heard of?
The first two.
Granite Goliath.
Yeah.
From St.
Yeah.
Louis, and Spellblade. They're from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and it's all women, and they're
hell yeah, sweet. Right on. I'll check it out for sure. We'll check it out for sure. Cool. Cool.
good.
Well, hey man, so we talked about Cobra there, buddy.
Yeah.
We're stoked. You got to be stoked about those guys. Really quickly, we're sharing one more band, Black Sunrise, man. I really dig these guys, man. What's your story with getting Black Sunrise?
Adam got a hold of me, like I would say a couple of weeks into the announcement of the MDC, because the very first of it, we really didn't plan it much past Lawrence and Kansas City. And then Adam was one of the first people that was like, "Hey, dude, can we get in on this?" And we're, what?
Yeah.
Where are you from? And he's like, "Well, we operate out of the Chicago area." And I was like, "Hell yeah."
Perfect.
But so he came in pretty early with that, and we dumped him into the leadership board, and he's
a
part
great
of
guy.
Yeah, part of the national leadership of MDC. And when I heard his band, I was like, what? Oh shit, and it's like they're so good. Also ripping rock and roll band.
Truth, the people are like, nobody's making good rock and roll like they used to make anymore. It's like, well, have you heard Black Sunrise? Because they're making rock and roll like they used to make, man. Those guys, but dig those guys, dude. They get me out of my seat.
They're kind of like all the right silly putty parts put together in the right way, and it just gels.
For sure, man. The vocals are fantastic, and like the rhythm section's great.
They're like the stoner doom version of the Basement Party Band.
Yeah, I think that's
ripping rock and roll, but they got that,
Yeah, there's the heavy for sure, man. Those guys are fantastic. Like the last time I did a show with those guys, they insisted that we smoke weed the entire show, and it took me like a week to recover. And damn, I smoke a lot of weed. But those guys, they're coming to Denver too, man. Hey, you guys in Kansas City, just be ready for Black Sunrise. They're super fun guys too, man. They're just fantastic. Great rock band, man. You can catch all these band stuff on Bandcamp if you don't, or like Spotify, YouTube Music has all the stuff. If you're
Walden.
interested in any of these bands that we're talking about, definitely check them out there.
Please do.
All right, man. Just like I'm pulling back up my list. I think we got Buzzard Fight.
Buzzard Fight. Yeah. Kansas City Darlings, Buzzard Fight.
Love those guys.
Chicken Pickin' Doom Band, which I think is just a funnest thing to say.
It is.
I've got friends from Nashville and I've told about this band. They're like, nah, no way. And I'm like,
Yeah.
here it is. They're like, they think it's
And it's
crazy.
good. And like, I remember the first time I heard it, uh, it was not what I was expecting, but it like got repeat plays. I play that album all the time. It's like, I love that album. Like, I don't know what Buzzard Fight's doing in 2027, but you know, if you guys are free in 2027, you know. But yeah, I would love to have them here, man. Yeah, dude. You know what?
They need to play Muddy Roots. That's where they need to be.
They are, yeah, they're like a crossover, like bluegrass thing, right, man?
Yeah. I mean, country doom. I mean, I never.
It's so, if you told me, I would tell you right away that I didn't think I was going to enjoy that. And I was so wrong. I enjoy it so much. It is.
Again, like how they made it just works. It just gels the right way. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. It's done.
Dude, I was watching some like Roy Clark videos a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, damn, this dude had distortion, man. He would just be out shredding every motherfucker on the planet.
Oh my God. Roy Clark was a guitar god. It's funny.
It's crazy.
When I was a kid, my old man played guitar, and he actually played with Roy Clark and people like that back in the day.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I know. The old man was a musicians union band guitar
player. Right
on.
That's cool.
Backed up all those cats back then. We would have arguments about who was better, Roy Clark or Eric Clapton.
Oh.
And it's like, oh man, how do you? But now,
no, there's no argument, right? It's definitely Roy Clark. Yeah, man, that's cool. So, like, when I listen to Buzzard Fight, you know, I get some of that. That's like, yeah, this would be like if Roy Clark was in a metal band. That's freaking awesome.
If Roy Clark was in like a weird combination of like Iron Butterfly and Purple, maybe like Bill Monroe.
So good, man. But you got to be thrilled to have those guys. I mean, they were. All right. Okay. So let's talk about a band. And Grave Next Door.
Yeah.
And Grave Next Door. Is there a harder working band out there than Grave Next Door, man? Great. You know what? And here's the cool thing about Grave Next Door. Sorry, I'm interrupted. My bad. But Grave Next Door isn't just out there for themselves, man. That is a band dedicated to the scene. I really appreciate those guys.
100%, man. Patrick is near and dear to my heart, man. This guy, he cranks out all these promo videos that
they're great.
Are great. Yeah. And he asked me one time, I don't know, a couple months ago, he's like, when are you going to do a TikTok? I'm like, I don't have time, man. You do it. And he did. He's got a TikTok going now.
You guys are on the TikTok? Oh my God. I'm too old for that. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
TikTok. Oh, that's awesome.
But no, he is so good at that, and I'm so grateful for him and
that's cool.
I mean, those guys, because of their work ethic, are one of the bright rising stars of the MDC, and they're everywhere.
They never stop. It's impressive.
If they got a show booked in Guam, I can tell you they're going to show up.
Yeah, dude, they're not going to just show up. They're going to promote it. Right. They're going to like bring people with them, you know? Yeah. Man, Grave Next Door really, for me, really does what I'd love to see a lot of other bands do. And it's really just not just about them. It's really about the scene, and they really love it.
They do.
What more could you ask, man? It's cool. And I think all the bands that you have at your show are pretty much about that too. It's pretty cool, man. Bugnog, I am not familiar with.
Those guys are from Norman, Oklahoma. I've always had an interesting tie to Norman because one of my best friends in high school played in a little band from Norman there for a while called the Flaming Lips.
I heard of those guys.
Yeah, my buddy.
Really? Are you serious?
My buddy Cliff used to play drums for them.
Are you serious? That's so cool.
Yeah. And I've always kept an eye on Norman. Weird story, man. I used to go to all the Lollapaloozas back in the day, and
Okay.
the heaviest band I have ever seen in my life is the Flaming Lips at Lollapalooza.
Really?
I'm not kidding you, blew my mind. Like that was She Don't Use Jelly live is the precursor of Doom. I mean, I'm not
Oh,
kidding.
right. Oh man, I've never seen those. All right, cool. Well, I got to put them back on the bucket list then. All right.
But Norman, Oklahoma, there's always been a very interesting rock and roll scene there, and those guys are leading it as far as the stoner doom stuff goes down there. So they need to be put on blast. People need to
Yeah,
know what's going on.
Bugnog. Hell yeah. So I'll definitely check out Bugnog, bud. All right.
So one of the tenements of the MDC is to dispel any idea that we are all flyover states, and there are interesting things happening all over the Midwest, and we're expanding that
For sure.
past the Midwest into other places that are also considered flyover. So we are trying to unite the tribes, as it were, and let all these people know that you don't have to fly over. You can stop.
Yeah, they should stop. Like doing the media thing, Kansas City has been a hot spot for me as far as interviews and bands to promote and bands that I love. And yeah, man, it definitely, I know Denver's isolated, so we get skipped on things too. I mean, having a big international airport helps, but it's like, yeah, man, I love what you're doing. I hate that like people like jump from Chicago and the next thing you know, they're in freaking San Francisco or LA, and or Phoenix, if Phoenix gets lucky.
Man, like one of the things that we're trying to do with the MDC here, and this is one of the things that our whole goal was to kind of carve out a space for ourselves in a place that didn't really have that going on. And we're starting to not only carve away space, but hack away chunks of the block of ice, you know?
Do you think the scene is growing, bud?
Yeah, I was talking to Patrick about this the other day. He kind of was having a dour moment, and I was trying to tell him like it's really about doing everything we can do to prove otherwise. That this is a growing, vibrant scene, not just here but in other places. And as far as I can see, we're starting to break our bands into mainstream. Like Castle Rat is going huge.
I
Nobody's going to convince me that that's bad. That is an amazing, awesome, wonderful thing.
course it is. Yeah. So, I was working in my shop and a young lady came in wearing a Castle Rock shirt. And I was like, so where did you get your shirt? And she's like, got it at the show. And it was like, and she's probably 24, 25. And then she tells me a couple other bands she likes, and a couple of them I know who they are, and a couple of them I don't know who they are. But she's enthusiastic about it. And I'm like, 20 years old, 20, didn't that, like, and then I saw Lord Velvet play in Denver, I don't know, like 6 weeks ago. And I am surrounded by young ladies mostly, but lots of young gentlemen as well. And like, it's not just a bunch of like 50-year-old dudes, which
No.
I was okay with that being one of the 50-year-old dudes, but really, we do want to see the scene grow, and it was cool to see that. Are you noticing that in Lawrence as well?
Dude, I'm noticing that on a worldwide platform because I pay attention to it on a worldwide platform.
Cool.
Right now, as we speak, from my vantage point on TikTok, there's a stoner doom explosion going on. It's trending in all kinds of different ways with all kinds of different age groups of people, mostly young people.
Okay.
And most of those young people are women.
Fucking up by not being on TikTok.
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right. It sounds like it. And young women, why do you have a theory, or are you just happy about it?
Because I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
typically the stoner doom scene is very accepting and very polite and very, very forward thinking in
Sure.
its delivery, and in of itself is a safer space because
Absolutely.
typically we're all stoners and there's just not a lot of room for dumb shit.
Shane, here's what I notice at shows. I quit drinking like 10 years ago. I don't care if other people drink, you know? I'd prefer if people don't get obnoxious and sloppy and make the show about them. I I really
I
don't
mean, I
see it.
got
And I think this scene is more about music than any other scene I've ever been part of it. A lot of scenes have been punk rock because there's a lot of fashion involved in that scene. There ain't no fashion involved in our scene. If you don't like black t-shirts, you're fucked up. But you know, like this scene, more than any other scene, seems to be about music. Do you think that's part of the reason why we have that type of accepting environment?
I 100%, man. It is about the music. And that's when I hear people like Gene Simmons say that rock and roll is dead. There's never be a whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, you dumb shit. What the fuck? That's the
I know,
dumbest thing.
right?
How shallow and
It's
one
shallow.
sided you have to be to like not understand that there's things going on outside of you. And it's not just Kansas City or Denver or whatever. It's on the entire planet. How many, and I'll say this too, like how many rock and roll scenes are that organized as this one? I don't hear about,
It's crazy. No, you're right.
I don't hear about the hardcore charts. There's no shoegaze charts. There's no,
The sure is a doom charts though, for
sure,
sure.
sure as fuck is a Dune charts, man. And there's Doomed and Stoned and there's Clean and Sober. I mean, there's just platform, 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 platform. Why is that? Why is that? Because there's always enough interest. Even when people shift gears, change aisles, whatever, there's always enough interest in this type of music that it always replenishes itself and grows. And it's up to the individual band how you want to take advantage of that and what you want to do with it. And that's what the MDC is trying to do, is like we're trying to, those bands that want to be more serious and go, that's the way, gotta go that way with it.
It seems like bands are tremendously receptive and happy about what you're doing too. And I just think that's like the best thing, man. You guys like have such a good reputation. It's fantastic.
Well, I mean, it's all teamwork, man. Like, I'm not the only cog. There's a whole bunch of people that are up to stuff, and we just opened up a Discord. You can find us on Midwest Doom Coalition on Discord.
I do know what Discord is. I played World of Warcraft. I know what that is. Just kidding, I didn't. Um, yeah, dude, that's awesome. I love how open-minded you are to the different communication platforms, man. That's freaking awesome.
First century, man. You just got to
I
get
know.
over it, move through it. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
we're at it, but like I said, it's a team. Harlan from Bog Wizard set that up. I mean,
He's a great guy.
it's just, I'm not the only dude. There's a whole bunch of people doing this, and the more people that want to do it, we'll let you.
That's the cool thing about this scene, man. Nobody's like nobody wants it to be all about them or the only guy who does this or the only guy who does that. Or I love that, you know, and you want people to be included and you want people to be involved. And it's
Take the
freaking,
lead.
dude, it's
Take the
so
lead.
cool. So I think I don't know if we've hit every band. Have we hit every band? Have we hit your amazing band? I think we talked about Year of the Cobra and Black Moon Cult and Buzzard Fight and Grave Next Door and Bugnog. And then we talked about High Desert Queen and Cobranoid Black Sunrise, and
Huh? Weird. You added Gran Marino.
you added Gran Marino. How did that happen? What, like, just how long ago was that you had to do that?
We had one band drop off, and Ryan, Look at My Spoon Productions, was like, "Hey, if there's space, I got this band. They're on tour with us. I gotta find
That's
something
some.
to do." I'm like, I'm just wait a minute. So it just kind of like somebody always drops off.
I've had two. Yeah, yeah. Life happens. I get it.
Who are you? Who are you down? I
So we
didn't.
lost early on. We lost a band called Peach Street Revival. They just broke up as a band, and they're like, I don't know what they're doing. They're working some stuff out. They're really good band in Denver. And then Black Moon Cult stepped in, so that was really an opportunity, you know. I mean, it's like, I mean, the other band's gone. You got to like Black Moon Cult's like, well, okay. And then we had Gnome Stomper from Albuquerque have a work thing come up, and they were unable to make it. I certainly understand the work things. But a local band who's really been helping us out a ton with the festival, Electric Condor, was just a natural fit, and they were happy to do it. And we were plan to have them for 2027, so it just happened a little earlier.
Cool, man.
Sweet, bud. All right, cool. Couple more things I wanted to ask you about Shane. So, man, you announced your show like a year ago, and you got a fantastic lineup, and like then you had something kind of I don't know, I'd view it as semi unfortunate. You had Clutch announce a show in the area one of the nights of your show. What was your reaction to that, man?
I mean, in the booking game, it's inevitable. I mean, there's always competition on a bigger stage. It's just, you know, I used to I used to work in Nashville, and one of those, kind of like, oh, where do you get to go to that? Oh, look at but they're down. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But it's just, it's just part of the game. What's crazy is that Clutch is in Nashville the 17th, and Alice Cooper is in Topeka on the 17th.
Gosh, I know somebody who's got to be stoked about that.
And then there's a band from here. I'm gonna give them some props. They're called Flooding,
Okay.
and they're more of like they call themselves slowcore, but I think they're like shoegaze,
Okay. Okay.
and they're huge. Like in that scene, they are humongous. They're playing the 18th at the Granada, which is down the street. So it's just part of the deal, man. There's always competition. So only thing I can do is promote harder. That's all.
That's
It's the only thing I can do.
so I asked Kyle from Cobra Night. I was like, do you think Shane's upset? And he's like, Shane just told me it's just all we got to do is out promote him. So
I'm trying to do.
there you go, man.
But you probably don't. You're not seeing it in Denver, but I put like big giant fat ads on both of the
Cool.
pages that are going to thousands of people a day, and it's just
Anybody who's into our music, I'm telling you what, man, if you're in the Kansas City area and you're watching this, I've seen Clutch like 5 times, man. I've seen Clutch a bunch of times. Clutch constantly touring.
you're gonna be back.
But they will be back, and they do put on a good show, but you can miss them this time because I can't guarantee you the next time you're going to get to see High Desert Queen and Dopethrone and Year of the Cobra and then all those regional bands that we talked about
Yeah,
all together in one weekend for an insanely reasonable price for a lot less than one Clutch ticket.
right, right. I think that Clutch show might be already sold out, but
Oh, well, then you have to go. Well, then, people, if you want to go to that Clutch show, you're shit out of luck.
you gotta
And
look.
I got a good deal for you. Head on down to the Bottleneck in Lawrence. Hell yeah.
Baby. Yeah. I mean, but I think those bands, the headliners, hold their own. And like I said,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of out promoting what we're doing, and just gotta hustle. We're putting physical things out, we're putting ads up, we're putting, it's out there.
Here's the advantage I think you have, bud. As a fan of this kind of music and these kind of shows, I know I would rather go to your show in a smaller, more intimate venue and see frickin' High Desert Queen and see You're the Cobra and Dopethrone. Dude, I think you're gonna do just fine, man. But you got an undeniable lineup.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I did a ticket check the other day. We're selling tickets. It's
That's
just,
what it's all about, baby.
yeah, man. Just we're gonna do what we got to do to get it done. That sounds weird to say, but it's just I've always been one of those kind of people. Like I don't see obstacles. I just find solutions. You can't live your life in an obstacle environment. You got to live your life in a solution environment.
I know from my short time at doing this, you better be flexible, man. And it sounds like you got a great hand. I mean, obviously, years of experience, man. Your festival couldn't be in better hands. Hey, man, is there anything else you wanna hit on? Where can people get tickets?
You can go to the event pages on Facebook. You can go Midwest Doom Coalition event, and they're both up there. You can get
Right
tickets.
on.
You can go to thebottleneck.com and get tickets there.
There you go.
There's links all over the Bottleneck sites on where to get tickets on all their shows. Says, but there is so much activity we are up to on all the social media platforms we can muster. I know there's stuff. I saw somebody from Reddit a while back. So, I mean, word's out there. It's just a matter of like getting people to show up. It's rock and roll business. It's
Right on, man.
always
Yeah,
a,
Jude. Well, you do a fantastic job, man. You did a fantastic job for the community. We all really appreciate you, man. The Midwest Doom Coalition is growing the scene, and I know that's the goal. So thank you for doing that, man. I know I'm thrilled to be involved in whatever little way I can be, and hopefully more here in the future. So
let's start plotting shit.
fuck yeah, dude. Let's let's do crimes.
We're about
Crimes against people's ears. They'll
to
love those crimes, though, man. Oh yeah.
8%. It's all teamwork. That's all it is. It's
Right
just
on.
people deciding we're gonna all do this for a reason, and we do it.
We're doing it for a growing scene, like you said, bud. The proof is out there. The crowds are growing, and the crowds are getting younger, and we have a dark, gloomy future to look forward to. But we love that.
I love that. I mean, it's such, I don't know, it's what's weird because everybody finds, the way they love things, but I guess most people hear this type of music and hear doom and gloom, and to me it's like, man,
It's really not.
there's just so much joy in it for me.
There really is, and there really,
Oh my God, that's sick. I mean, that's
yeah, no. I rarely cry listening to a Doom album. Yeah, man. There's great joy in the scene. Thanks for being one of the guys that brings that joy to the scene. But
oh man, appreciate it. Thank you, man.
hell
I'm
yeah,
happy to do it. It's a labor of love, I guess.
keep doing it, man. All right, man. You keep doing it. We'll keep talking about it, bud. Whether I'm doing the media thing or not, man, we'll definitely do some cross promotions and freaking make sure that like them ships is rising with that tide, baby.
That's the idea, man. Thank you.
Right on, brother. Well, hey, man. If there's anything else, dude, I'm gonna give you a minute.
I mean, I think we covered a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm pretty excited to play this thing. It's going to be a trip.
52 or some odd days. I don't know exactly, but it's counting down, baby. The ship is sailing. It's sailing right into the Bottleneck, man, in Lawrence, Kansas. It's a great 2 days festival, man.
Thank
If
you.
you're in the area, go to it. If you could travel, go to it, man. And then what you should do is like hop on Cobranoid's van and then come out to Denver and see my show too.
I was going to say, man, your festival is hot. There's so much going on with that lineup. It's crazy. Like, yes, highly recommend. We ought to make it's like next year some sort of train pass or
Dude,
party bus between Kansas City and Denver, dude. Something.
get the brains a cranking. Let's do it. Let's try. Yeah, hopefully we can coordinate some stuff, man. And like, it's really cool sharing some bands. Maybe we can do some more of that next year. And bands, there's stuff to do between here and there, between Lawrence and Denver. There's some stops to make.
There are.
So,
There's
little
stuff
tours,
there.
guys.
Hey, you can do
All
it.
right. Right on. Hey, Shane, I appreciate your time, my man.
Thank you so much. Really.
All right, bud. Hey, hang on a second. I'm just going to do my silly sign-off thing here, and then give me 1 second. All right, hey. So this is Sean from the Heavy Underground Farm Report, man. This is kind of like my last media thing, man. I was super honored to have Shane with me tonight. Shane Murray of the Midwest Doom Coalition. One of my early interviews, man. So thanks, bud. You've been with me the whole way. I appreciate your access and your candidness, and thank you so much for just being there for the scene, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate
Hell
it.
yeah, bud. You bet, man.
Yeah!